Hi everyone, this is Leo Shields FF. I've been playing Final Fantasy XI for a couple of weeks now. I'm on day 12. I've been having a ton of fun. The combat system in the game, there's so much depth to it. If you're not playing this game and you've been thinking about it, there's a 14-day trial. Just do it. And today I kind of just wanted to share my experience with Blue Mage. So right now, I am a level 46 warrior. I've done the rank 2 missions. And all of that is to say is that I haven't really done a lot in terms of progressing the story. I've been having a ton of fun unlocking classes and trying them out and experiencing combat in different ways. And Blue Mage is one of those detours that I took that have just been so much fun. I've unlocked Blue Mage, gotten it to level 21, and learned a few spells. Today I'm going to be sharing my process with Blue Mage, and kind of in the hopes that it helps new players, it gets folks excited about Final Fantasy XI, about Blue Mage, and even if I help just one person get into 11 or get into Blue Mage, that makes me super stoked. That's the hope. A couple of disclaimers. I'm a new player. I started a couple of weeks ago. I don't have a decade's worth of experience. This might not be the most efficient approach with Blue Mage, but it is an A approach, and I'm hoping it helps someone. This is also my first time making a video. I'm keeping it really simple, just doing a voiceover over myself actively playing the game. I also make a couple of assumptions about you as the player. I assume that you've unlocked Blue Mage. It's a process, right? You can look up a guide, feel free to ask me questions, but it is a bit of a process. So I'm assuming you've unlocked Blue Mage. I'm assuming you've unlocked subjobs. And can you do this without subjobs? Absolutely. But it does help. Help to have, in my opinion, a level 3 White Mage. Now, if you've never played White Mage in Final Fantasy XI, just swap to White Mage, get it to level 3. That way you can get 2 spells, Cure and Dia. These you have to buy. Well, maybe there's other ways to get it, but you can buy them off an NPC vendor in your main city. So that's Cure, C-U-R-E, and Dia, D-I-A. Both of these are, in my opinion, really helpful in your Blue Mage leveling and spell farming experience. The last thing I'll assume is you're familiar with the Sparks vendor. Sparks are earned. Sparks are a currency that can be used to buy pre-99 gear, also some 99 starter gear. And you can earn Sparks by doing your Records of Eminence objectives under quests. So quests, Records of Eminence objective list. I recommend doing Tutorials Basics if you're a new player. You can pretty much do all of it except for maybe Ambuscade. And then always set combat region. Try and find the region that you're in. And the reason I recommend this is just so you can earn Sparks and then you can trade it for gear. So you're a fresh level 1 Blue Mage. Maybe you're a different level, that's fine too. My recommendation is go get yourself geared. So if you're level 1, Blue Mages use swords. And they use swords as well as paladins, which I think is really cool that a mage can do that. Get yourself a wax sword, at the very least, so you can start earning, you can start leveling up your weapon skills and start using sword weapon skills. If you want, you can keep going, get yourself other gear like gloves, pants, boots, level 1. Another thing that's completely optional, but I think would extremely help limit your grind, is that for me, when I was getting my Blue Mage spells, the first one was the most difficult to get. Blue Mage spells. So Blue Magic is super cool in and of itself, right? You're going out, so most of the time, like I mentioned earlier, you get spells by using scrolls. Scrolls you buy, maybe you can do quests for them or get them off a mob. but you just kind of use a scroll and you learn magic. It's not the case with blue magic, though. You go out into the world, you fight a monster, you wait for that monster to use the ability, you kill it, and then there's a chance you get it. It's not 100%, it might be pretty low. And that might sound unappealing to you. So if you want to increase your chances of learning blue magic, you just have to increase your blue magic skill. Simple, right? You use blue magic to increase your blue magic skill to make it easier to get more blue magic. That's why the first one's really hard. It's like applying to an entry-level job asking for 10 years of experience. That's really hard. Even, I don't know why they do that. And you might be thinking to yourself, why is this spell so hard to get? You can just talk to the Sparks vendor, get these skill-increasing tombs. I didn't personally do this, so I don't know how many you need, but you need these copies of Lifeform Studies. Try getting 12, because I think 12 will get you to 1.2 at least. Spend as many sparks as you like on it, but you can kind of jumpstart your spell learning process that way. After you've done that, set White Mage level 3 as your sub-job with Kirandia, gotten yourself geared. I recommend creating macros to switch between wearing your Blue Mage set and wearing absolutely nothing. And sometimes you do so much damage, you kind of just want to take off all your gear. Well, that's the other cool thing about 11, actually, is that while you're in combat, you can switch gear, and you can swap the gear to tailor it to whatever spell or whatever weapon skill you're trying to do. I think that's super cool. For the purposes of Blue Mage, though, you're doing the opposite, right? You're swapping gear to do less damage sometimes. But you want to go to macros, edit equip list. My sixth one is my Blue Mage. You could just click on use current, and if you go back to edit it, it should be the same as what you're wearing right now. You want to create an additional set where it removes everything. So you can click on each equipment slot and select your remove piece. Once you've done that, you can create macros. So I have equip set 6 to equip my Blue Mage gear, and equip set 7 to take everything off. Now I have an add-on. This add-on prevents me from, or prevents kind of, it doesn't show me swapping gear basically. But you can look right next to my map, you'll see all the gear I have. If I press Control 2, everything's off. Control 1, everything's on again. So that's super helpful when you're fighting low-level mobs. So here you are, level 1 Blue Mage, in my case level 21, right? And you've geared yourself up, you've gotten White Mage as a sub-job. You're ready to go out and learn some spells. So I would recommend actually just go outside the city that you're in, and start looking up monsters and see if they teach you magic. That approach I find is a lot easier than trying to like look up a spell, see what monster teaches it, then going to that monster. To kind of emulate that experience of a level 1 character, instead of going outside, I'm just going to go to kind of a zone that's more appropriate to my level. So we can go to Merifatad in my case. But if you're level 1 and you were in Windurst, you would just go to Isaruda Baruda as an example. Maybe I'll go to Tarangi because it's a little bit easy. No, I'll go to Merifatad because I think there's some spells out there that I haven't learned. So that's all I've been doing. I went right outside my city and I've just kept going. Like I've just kept going into higher and higher level zones until I come across a mob that I haven't checked on yet. Check on it, see if it teaches a spell. And then I try and get that spell. Pretty easy. Do I want to go to Tarangi? I'll go to Merifatad. Now, trusts. Trusts are a difficult thing. They might just kill the monster you're fighting, right? So what I like to do is, I'll summon Joaquin because all he does is, like, mostly buff you, maybe help you out with MP. He'll heal you if you get super low. You can summon a healer trust. Sometimes they paralyze, and I kind of don't like that, Kupipi, but because it prevents the monster from using the ability, right? But sometimes it's better to just have that extra healing than worry about worry about the mob getting paralyzed. Now I'm out here, I'm out and about, and I kind of already know what monster I need, but if I didn't, I would just be looking around, seeing if I come across anything, come across a mob. So like, for example, these Wandering Saplings teach you Sprout Smack. I already have that spell. These Hill Lizards teach something I can't learn yet. And I'll explain why I can't learn certain blue magics, but I know for a fact this Crane Fly right here teaches me something. So let's say this was the first monster I saw. Here's what I would do. I would go on the Google. I would type in Cranefly, FFXI BG Wiki. I would go to the family, Fly. Look at the abilities. So under abilities, there's Cursed Sphere. If it links to something, probably blue magic. The key piece of information is right here. Blue magic skill required to learn 26 plus. So I know the Crane Fly can teach me Cursed Sphere. And I need 26 blue magic skill. So I just go to status, magic skill, and I have 37 in blue magic, so I'm totally fine there. Totally fine. So let's go find our friend. Also showcase some of the blue magic skills I have, since I'll be using them anyways. There's kind of two phases, right? There's the weakening phase, where you're kind of just waiting for the monster to use the ability, and then once it's used it, you go into a kill phase. But where did that Crane Fly go? There it is. So I'm gonna do Dia on it, just to pull from far away. Maybe right here I won't see any gobbies. And then I'll start auto-attacking it, just to build up TP. If I have blue magic, I'll use blue magic as well. I'll use it right after an auto-attack so I don't get interrupted. So Cocoon increases my defense, I learned that. And my goal is just to get the mob down to below 25%. So this is where Cure comes in handy, right? You can just use Cure. If you get in trouble, like I did a little bit, started losing health, I actually have a better spell for healing called Pollen that I learned. Just gonna use that. And it's blue magic, so when you can, try and use blue magic. So I'll stop auto-attacking here. You can either stop auto-attacking, or you can... Let's see. You can unlock, and then look the other way. So I'm gonna just start using Pollen to heal myself. So I'm using blue magic in the interim to level up my blue magic skill. Let's see. So the Cranefly used Venom. So that's a skill it used where it spent its TP. Now I have a choice here. I can wait for it to get its TP back by auto-attacking me. I can help it gain TP by using Dia. Oops. So Dia is a dot. It doesn't do a lot of damage. I'll take off... Actually, I won't take off my gear because it's kind of hurting me. But I'll just use Dia on it. Because it'll give it 100 TP. And then I'll cure myself. Okay, so it used Venom again. It didn't use Curse Sphere. So I'm kind of just in this attrition phase. I'm waiting for it to get its TP back. Now, if things get too dicey, I'll just use a weapon skill on it to kill it off. Keeping an eye on my MP as well. Let me get my cocoon back up for defense. Things are getting dicey here. So I'm keeping an eye on my health. Actually, that's one of the advantages to auto-attacking and then untargeting. And looking the other way is that your trust will be triggered to heal you. So there it is, Cursed Sphere. So now that it's used it, I can go into the killed phase. I guess I didn't need to use a weapon skill here, so I'll just auto-attack it. There it is. See if I learned it. Defeats Cranefly, so I did not learn it. So I'll just kind of try and find another Cranefly and repeat the process. But yeah, so that's essentially it. Oh, I'm poisoned, so I can't heal. So I'll just use Pollen. I actually recommend, as a level 1, getting Pollen, because Pollen is something you can do when you can no longer attack the mob. Like, you've already gotten it below 25% health, you're just kind of waiting for it to gain TP on its own. So the mob can gain TP in a couple of different ways. You doing auto attacks or weapon skills gives it TP. Anytime you use a magic spell, you give it 100 TP, which is why Dia is really good. Dia doesn't do a lot of damage, but it'll give 100 TP to the mob. Once it gets 1000 TP, it can use a weapon skill. If it's below 25% health, that's helpful for two reasons. Number one, you can kill it easily if it uses the spell. Number two, when it's below 25% health, mobs will use their weapon skills as soon as possible. They won't wait. It won't be random like they use it somewhere between 1000 and 3000 TP. They'll just use it immediately. So the purpose is twofold. So we'll find another Cranefly. The key that I use to unlock, so it's to unlock, like, still remain engaged in combat, but unlock so I could face the other way, is the asterisk on my numpad. So I don't know if it'll be the same for everyone, but it's definitely useful to have, because if you disengage from combat to prevent doing damage, your trust won't heal you. So there's a slight distinction there. Why can't I find... Oh, there's a Cranefly. So they might link. That's also another reason why I like Dia, is I can do... Oh man, there's a Gabi here. Let's go this way. Okay, there's Gabis there too. I'm just gonna Dia it, and then I'm gonna run this way. So that's kind of my approach. Where's it going? Okay, then I go into auto attack. I'm gonna keep my TP because I'm gonna use it in case of an emergency, right? In case I need to kill the mob. I could have applied Cocoon prior. You won't have this, but it's like just a defense up. Auto attacked me, so I'll heal myself. If you didn't have Pollen, you'd be using Cure. So the nice thing about having Pollen is I'm increasing my blue magic while curing myself. So if there's a spell to get, I would recommend getting Pollen. Now if this mob wasn't doing too much damage, then I would probably be using more offensive blue magic. Okay, I think it's at a good spot. There's Cursed Sphere. So now that it's used it, I can go into kill phase. I'll just use a weapon skill on it. And let's see if we're lucky. So it says in the log usually right after you kill it. Defeats? Nope, no luck. But that's my process. I'll just repeat it until I learn the spell, and then I'll go look for other mobs. Some final notes before I kind of close out the video. Well, first let me work back so I don't accidentally aggro a gobby. Kind of some closing thoughts while I'm warping. Let's see. So again, I would recommend getting Pollen. You can get this right outside Windurst, right outside Bastok. If you're in Sandoria, I guess it's a little bit hard. But the reason is it has a soft cap of 36 HP, I didn't know that. Is that at low levels, it's a really cool cure, and you'll be leveling up your blue magic skills. I was recommended this to me by another player, but the name of the game is getting the mob to 25% health and feeding it TP. My main method of feeding it TP is Dia, right? Because magic spells give a blank 100 TP. You could just spam the spell if you wanted. But once you get to a blue mage skill of 26 plus, I would go to the outer Horototo ruins and try and learn Bludgeon. Because this is a triple hit attack. And each of those hits feeds TP. So Bludgeon will become a great way to feed TP. The faster you can feed it TP, the faster it uses abilities. So those are my closing thoughts. I love this class. I've been having a ton of fun on it, as you could see. Like, first spell was so hard to get, but now that I have all of these options, I can kind of develop like my playstyle and kind of my rotation and stuff like that. Oh, the other thing. As you get blue magic, you do have to set it. So you go to magic, blue magic, and then I press the plus on my numpad to get to set spells. And then you can kind of set them. So like, I've just removed Hell Dive, and then I can just reset it again. But with that, thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful. I had a ton of fun trying to get Cursed Sphere. I'm eventually going to get it. And hope everyone has a great day, and goodbye. Job emote. Here's my job emote.